Hello. I want to make sure before I start talking that my audio is working. One sec. It's good? All right, awesome. Okay, so tonight's guest is Beaux, who is the owner of Faith and Fitness. Faith and Fitness is a personal training, personal fitness program that incorporates a strong sense of personal responsibility. There's hard work involved, but there are results. And I wanted to bring her on here, not only because she's a beast when it comes to physical health, physical fitness, but because she also is a very creative spirit. And I wanted to talk to her about that a little bit. So, one second and I'll get her on. Hey, Cameron. Hey, Tandy.
Hey, my love.
Hey, Val. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh, I'm pretty good. I'm glad to see you. Thank you for joining.
Of course. Of course. Thank you for having me.
Oh, yes, yes. Had to have
Yeah.
you. What's been going on?
Nothing. I think I did like the quickest change ever. I just finished teaching a class,
Oh,
a virtual fitness class. And I'm like, I gotta go. I do not know how I did it. I don't know, but I'm so proud of myself.
I'm proud of you too. Thank you for doing that. Thank you for being here. I know you're super busy, which is what I kind of want to talk about. Right off the bat, I wanted to ask, what interests you most in helping people get physically fit out of, I know you love to help people, but out of the other ways, like life coach and, just all those things, what specifically about physical fitness is?
So kind of funny story. So when I was a little girl, we had one big television in the living room and a little small 13-inch in the kitchen. And so my cousins, when we were over at my grandmother's house, we had to have time slots of watching TV programs.
Oh,
And so I will always watch on Channel 13 this fitness show called Body Electric. And I would work out with her. I was like 6. And it was
oh,
this weird, as a 6-year-old, I said, I'm gonna do that when I get older. I'm gonna help people. And it's just something like ever since I was little, it's just I
always
guess
been.
just embedded in me. I
That's
had all the Get in Shape
awesome.
girls. You're probably too young to remember Get in Shape girl. Did you
And
have
what
Get in
was it?
Shape girl?
Get in shape,
Get in
girl.
Shape girl.
I did a lot
I'm
of
showing my
tribal.
age.
What's his name? Billy Blanks, I think. That
Get
was
in
like,
Shape girl was in the 80s.
oh no,
It was in
I
I'm
was
showing my
late,
age.
so a little bit
But
after.
it was some no, but that was something that's always I guess that was in me. And then as I got older, my mom and I joined the gym. And there was a lady, oh my gosh, she was just like beautiful inside and out. And I was like, I want to do this. I've always wanted to do this. And she was like, hey, I'll train you. And she kind of made me her protege, and
Wow,
the
that's
rest was
awesome.
history.
That's awesome. So, how long have you been doing this?
Over 20 years.
Wow. So, seasoned
Yeah.
vet.
I've retired like 4 or 5 times,
Always gotta come back, huh?
and I always come back. So,
That's good though. I mean, like it's your passion, it's your calling, and obviously it's something that you're really good at. You have a really tight-knit community that, kind of uh, you lead, they follow. I don't mean that in a,
yeah.
yeah, but like that's what you're doing. So yeah, and I think that's really cool. Everybody seems to just looking at your Instagram, knowing you, it
Mhm.
really looks like not only are they, you know, having a good time and feeling good about it, but they're seeing results, which I think,
Mhm.
there's no like pyramid scheme here. It's, you work hard, it pays off,
Right,
So
right.
that's a good thing. So
Thank
you said
you.
you've been doing this for quite a while, but I happen to know that you used to be a kickboxer, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And what else? Something else, right? Like wrestling?
I used to wrestle, like
Right.
WWE style wrestling.
So tell me about this, because I don't know. I have little bits of information about you, but I don't really know this story.
Okay, so I always had this thing like if I wanted to do something, I do it. So when I was little, remember Glow? Gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling?
Yes.
Yeah, so when I was little, I would watch Glow and I'm like, I want to be like them because they were like women that were empowered. It's like
Yeah,
I grew up in a wrestling family. So every Friday night or whatever, we were watching the Von Erichs and,
yeah.
all of the wrestlers and everything. So when Glow came out, I'm like, wow, women can do this and they're strong and powerful. So when I was little, I was like, I'm gonna do that. And then an
You used to
opportunity
do like
came.
wrestling moves off of your bed and stuff.
I never did that because,
Good.
and it's so weird. Like my family, they still like know me from when I was younger. I wasn't able or allowed to participate in sports because I play the violin and my dad's a musician. And so he was like, no sports, you can mess up your hands.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
So I didn't even know I was tough, really tough, until I got in college and started doing stuff. I'm
You
like,
were
oh
able
my
to do your
gosh,
own
like
thing. Yeah.
I'm actually I've always felt it, but I wasn't able to like explore
Double
it.
check and
Or
make sure.
I was a late bloomer in fitness.
Okay.
Besides doing floor work exercises, Jane Fonda stuff. But um, the opportunity came for me to train, um, to wrestle in a little local federation, and
That's so
it
cool.
was it was fun. I was a heel, which is a bad guy, and it was hard for me. I know. Can you imagine people booing me coming out?
It kind of makes
Like
me
I
a little.
almost cried the first show. I was like, they're booing me, and my
Oh,
partners was like, "Stay in character." I'm like, "But I'm nice." So,
that's awesome. A
it
little
was
bit of
fun.
theater in there.
It was, but it was just so weird because I'm not naturally a mean
Right.
person. But after a couple of shows and stuff, and start getting into it, but yeah, it didn't last long because I had to choose between kickboxing and wrestling. Like my kickboxing coach was like, you can't do both
Right.
because I injured my rotator. A girl was doing like an elbow off the top rope, or she
People.
had a trash can, like it's supposed to have been on my chest. So I just got body slam, was supposed to have been knocked out, but the can was like on my lip, and when she came down, I busted my lip, and she
Hmm.
didn't body slam me right, and I was like this, and that was like the first time my mom came to see me. I was like,
Oh.
she was like, "You're not doing this anymore. I'm taking you to the hospital. You have a concussion." I'm like, "Oh my gosh, yeah."
Wow.
It was fun. It was my last show. It was fun though. I
Yeah,
said,
every
hey, I
time
did it. I got a T-shirt about it, and I moved on.
right, sold it at the garage sale.
Yeah, for real.
So with all of that background, um, now you were in a gym, right?
Yeah, I was in a fitness studio
And during
downtown.
COVID. And so now you're doing virtual stuff, right?
Yeah, because of Miss Rona.
Yeah, yeah. And
Yeah.
how does that work? Like if somebody wanted to do that, what would that look like for them? Do you have like a Zoom thing or like how do
Yes, we
they?
do. I'm sorry, I didn't interrupt you. We
No.
do Zoom. So what happens is it cash out me the money, and then I send the Zoom information. Usually people just inbox me on Messenger, on Facebook or Instagram, and a lot of times it's friends of friends, so the friends that kind of connect us and everything. So, and then we just go 40 minutes hard.
Wow. That's terrifying. No, I'm kidding. I'm
It's
kidding. No,
it's
it's fun.
fun. They hate me during the 40 minutes, but afterwards they're like,
They love you. They love you again.
Probably a couple of days later, but not right like
After the
that.
soreness wears off. Yeah. So what do you hope to see happen with that? Um, I mean, I know we can't like, tell what's going to happen one day to the next really with everything going on. But as far as your virtual classes, are you looking to add more students, add more clients? I mean, what do you want from that?
Adding is always great. I today I decided to add a Wednesday evening class and kind of take away my morning class. But I do want to expand and add more classes gradually.
Right.
Anybody's in welcome now that I've gotten the hang of it. I'm a very hands-on trainer, so this is hey, if people say hi to me, I gotta say hi. Hey, girl. Hey, Reba. But I'm a hands-on trainer and I walk around. I'm not like one of those instructors or trainers that sit in front of the class.
Mhm.
Like when new students come and they go to the back, like usually people do, like my old
They don't get
students would
away
be
with
like,
anything.
yeah, my old students is like, look, it doesn't matter. She walks around. You can't hide. I'm like, you can't hide. You might as well come to the front. So when being virtual is like, it took it a little getting used to. So I start out the workouts and then I'm usually like this, straighten your back, calling the camera, like, hey, Tanya, do this. Hey, I'm calling them by names, but that's how I spend most of the class, like, looking at on my tiny screen.
Blowing up the little screen.
But it's when Debbie, the lady who trained me, something she taught me was so important. She was like, you're not there to get a workout. You're there to work your students out.
Yeah.
And so that's something she would do. She would walk around the class. And just from doing this 20 years, people always say it makes them feel important because I go and I'll stand next to them. And, some of them I can bark at and be like, come on, there. And then
Right.
some, I know I'm like, look, you got this, you can do it. So I have a reputation of being like pretty tough.
Really?
Hey, Kim. Hey, I have a reputation, being tough and hard, but once you come to my class and you've been around me, I do treat each person like an individual
Right.
because some people aren't motivated by screaming. Some
Right.
people, you have to be very
Right.
patient
Right.
and let
Yeah.
them. Yeah, and with fitness, it's like people are already have like insecurities coming into classes,
Right. Yeah.
especially if they're new. And
Mhm.
so I really try to like pamper to those students and let them know it's okay. Like if
Right.
you can't keep up, it's okay. Go at your own pace, do what you can do. And thank you. Somebody said yes, she is. And then I always say, if it hurt, don't do it. If it hurt, don't do it. Like it's common sense. If you're doing
Right.
something or I'm telling you to do something,
Here,
you're in
then
pain,
that's good.
don't
Right.
do it and say, hey, Beau, I'm in pain. And I'm like, okay, well, let's see what's wrong.
Right.
So I've had to adjust and but it's been good. It's been working out really, really well. My clients or students, they form a community, and that's what I love. And
Yes.
that's one thing about faith and fitness. I was happy you said, you see results and you can tell by the pictures, but a lot of them have never met each other. They've only met through Zoom, and
Yeah.
they're already like accountability buddies with each other.
That's
And
good.
they're already, and that's something I've always wanted to create with my business. Like if we're outside running and then there's one person still running and behind, I'm like, you're not finished. You're not finished until they're finished. And I make everybody go, you have to all finish together. Because it's a teamwork thing and
Yeah.
being in on a weight loss journey sometimes feel lonely
Yeah.
and you feel like nobody knows your journey.
Yeah.
So when you're all together and it's like we're all here for a cause for the same goal and we support each other. And so if somebody's running or doing something, I'm like, I can't hear you. You need to cheer on your partner. And if they're not cheering or something, I make them do push-ups. And so
Oh,
now it's like
wow.
natural. They're like, come on, you can do it. Go, 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 go. And I'm like, yes, that we no, you got to get out of your mind. Like I'm in this just for myself. Because when we're together as a group, I love the sense of this community and everybody coming together and supporting each other.
Yeah.
And even clients from the past, I have clients from the past I still see on Facebook working out together. And I'm like, this makes my heart so happy. Like, you guys, this is, it's like an extension of me. So
Yeah.
it's like, even if you're not training with me anymore, I still wish all my clients success. I'm
Right.
not one of those trainers like, oh, you ain't training with me.
Right.
I
Right.
like, I have friends on Facebook that go to other fitness gyms or whatever, and I see their weight loss journey, and I'm like, you're doing great, keep going.
Right.
Because I want everyone to succeed, because it can be hard mentally, and just to know that you have a support system everywhere. That was me. Sorry. I'm back.
No, you're good. You're good. Your camera did do something weird for just a second, and it was kind of crazy, but it totally fixed itself. So
Oh, okay.
no, you're good. But you're good. Talk about whatever, like wherever you go with it. Um, so you come up with the different exercises. Do you use a creative process for that? Or do you just like know like this works, this is, just
I was
strictly
gonna
by like what works? Or do you
I was
totally
gonna see if some of my clients chimed in. I wing it, girl.
really?
I I go in and, well, like for my 7 o'clock class, I was gonna do more like butt and gut. I was gonna do like a lower body and ab workout. And one of my clients have really bad sciatic nerve problem. And
Mm-hmm.
so right there, I was like, switch. All right. So I had to, because in the past when I would try to write out workouts, it
This
it
one
seemed like
go.
it would just crumble. But when I kind of just know, like, in training, they say work your larger muscle groups first. So I'm like, okay, we start with legs, we start with this, we do this kind of workout, we do this kind of workout. And I've been doing it for 20 years, over 20 years now. So it's kind of,
You have a formula.
I have a formula, and there's some days when my people get on Zoom and I can just feel their energy, and I
Hmm.
have to switch it, and I'm like, all right, we're gonna do some power stretch. So you're still sweating, and we're working out hard, but we're taking it slow. Because
Right.
some days, especially with everything's going on,
Hmm.
we just need something to slow us down. And
Yeah.
so I'll put on some Hall and Oaks. I love Hall and Oaks.
You love.
And then we're like doing kind of, I don't call it yoga because I'm not certified in yoga, but it's kind of like yoga, Pilates, stretching mixed
Right.
together.
That
And
sounds
they're like,
good. I'm interested.
yeah, yeah, you can do that. And they're like, man, I needed that today. So I
Right.
do kind of like pick up on the energy of my
Yeah.
people. And I'm
Yeah.
not just so sold in a format to where I can't be flexible.
Right. That's
Oh,
good.
thank you. I'm your motivation. Thank you.
You're
Thank
getting some
you.
sweet comments.
They love me.
So, talking about creativity, not only do you do this, you also play and teach classical violin, right? Is it classical?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you write and you sing. So
You
you do
make me sound
all of
interesting.
the things, right?
Yeah. Yeah. That was like I said, I was raised in a musical home and musical family. So almost all my cousins sing. Well, not really just musical, but performing.
Right.
I have great dancers in the family, artists. So just in the performing arts period, I come from a very talented family. And growing up, I just always wanted to play the violin.
That's cool.
Okay. So I wanted to do ballet, and then I did ballet, and I'm like, I don't like this. And then and then I wanted to ice skate, and my mom put me in ice skate lessons, and I failed trying to learn an axel, and like had this huge jaw, and I'm like, I don't like that.
Yeah.
But what I realized, what connected both of them, was the music. It was the classical music. And
Mhm.
so when I was able to take strings in elementary school, it was like, this is my love. I love this. And we
Right.
moved from the neighborhood we were in, and we moved over to where we are now. The elementary school didn't have a strings program, and so I was like, "Please buy me a violin." I just begged my parents that I wanted to keep going, and they were like, "You have to practice an hour a day, Hey, Nicole.
Oh.
Hey, girl. And and they were like, you have to practice an hour a day. They got me a private violin teacher,
Mm,
and I've been playing ever since then.
wow. Wow, wow, that's awesome. I think that's one of the prettiest instruments, one of the prettiest like noises, period, and
Mhm.
sounds, not noises. Noises sounds bad. Sounds like in the world. I love the sound of a violin. It's so pretty. I love that.
It
You
is.
sing with your church, right?
Yes, I sing with my church and I sing with I've done some background work with other people that's non-Christian, like
Cool.
secular. Um I love singing, I love playing the violin and just music in general. So, yeah, I sing with my church and like I say, I've done just helped one of my friends sing background on his project that he just released in March. I think
Wow.
so. That was really cool. And right when we were gonna have the album release, Corona happened. So that was really sad because we worked
Oh,
hard. He worked hard, and we worked hard for him. Singing background vocals for him. But music is just like an expression. It's so much of a way to express yourself. Like
right.
any type. And I bet you don't know what my favorite type of music is. I'm gonna let you guess. And dancing, yes, queen,
I
dancing.
might know. I might know. Let me just take a wild guess. Bluegrass.
She's not gonna guess, y'all. She's not gonna get it.
Okay, so my first guess was bluegrass.
That's it.
Sorry.
Oh, I love
Me
bluegrass.
too. I like new bluegrass. I do.
Man, like the harmonies, it's just like the harmonies and the fiddle. And I even like country music fiddle. Like it is, somebody said, no way. Yes. People get so weird being like, okay, looking how I look. You like it too,
Oh,
Nicole? See, that's why we
oh
vibe,
yeah.
girl. But they're like, you like, and I just got when I got my car, my friend is a mechanic and I let him drive it around. And I'm always talking about bluegrass. So I had like a free month or some a Siri in my car or Sirius radio, whatever it's called. And he got in the car. He was like, you're, you're blasting bluegrass. I said, I told you I like bluegrass.
It's really layered well, you know? It's a good
It
genre.
is. It's like the harmonies are like this. It's like
Yeah.
how do you get your voice? And it's just like from a musical standpoint. It's Gangsta Grass. I have never heard of Gangsta Grass. Please send me a video. That will make my life to hear Gangsta Grass. Is it like Easy Evil Bluegrass? Like what?
Easy.
Rap bluegrass, dude. Nicole, please send me Gangsta Bluegrass. That just made my life. That made my life right there.
And coming from Nicole.
Coming from Nicole.
That's funny. Wow. Well, I guess we learned something today.
You learned something today. A girl with gray, red, and black dreads like bluegrass. And there's gangsta bluegrass.
Well,
Dang.
I think we need to do a future show on we need to do like a review of the gangsta grass genre
Please. Oh
and
my
get Nicole
goodness.
on it.
Get Nicole in on
Yeah.
it.
So,
That would be great.
you were exposed to a lot of different types of, I mean, okay, so I say this because I come from a very small town with not a lot of variation in people or culture. No shade to be thrown, just, small town. Um, but you went to Booker T, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so if you guys don't know am I saying this right? Booker T. Washington High School for the Visual and Performing Arts.
Almost. But yeah, performing and visual arts. But
Oh,
yeah.
okay, swap it around. Okay.
BPW FHPVA. That's what it
Yeah,
is.
all of them know
Put
this.
that on a job application. It is so hard. You guys.
That's funny. But it's a high school here in Dallas, and it's super right now it's pretty competitive to get into, right? I mean,
Hmm.
I think because of years of students um like Beaux, like Nora Jones went there. Um oh, I knew other people that went there. People that go there end up going to like Juilliard and stuff. It's just like a really
Hmm.
great school. It's
Actually, me and Nora Jones graduated the same year. We came out the same
that's
year.
cool.
I cheated off of her in French. She was like, "I know you didn't do your homework here," and she would let me cheat.
We got a little
Horrible in
key
French.
on Nora here and Beaux.
I would fall asleep in French, and she would just hand me her work because I was like, "I don't know this stuff," and I would go to sleep. And I always say, "Je ne sais pas." That means I don't know. So every time my teacher asks me something, "Je ne sais pas." Don't tell me
See,
I don't know, Jalitra. And that's what my French teacher would tell me.
look, that's way more than I know. And, I mean, I should know a little bit being from over there. And
Yeah, but that's
that's,
okay.
I don't. Sad. I know some foods, obviously. I do. How did going to Booker T, like, did that change anything about your, like, creative journey?
Um, well, before Booker T, I went to W.E. Griner, and Griner Middle School was like the middle school for pretty much Booker T.
Oh,
So
wow.
if you went to Griner in middle school, it was almost like guaranteed you got into Booker T.
Oh,
Like, so it's kind of like you knew everybody because you all went to school together. But I would say just as far as um the arts is concerned, like when I went started going to Booker T, I did not like jazz. Like I didn't
okay.
jazz sound just like
Noise.
just noise because coming from a classical background, there are rules, there's
Order.
structure, there's
Right.
order, and the chords didn't make sense. Then and my dad would play like John Coltrane every morning, taking me to school, and I'm just like, oh. And but Booker T is really 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 well known for jazz, and they've won so many downbeat awards. And so for lunch you would have the jazz ensemble in the green room, which was like outside where we ate lunch, playing jazz, and then you could hear the vocalist walking down the hallway scatting. And so it was like Fame. If you guys have seen the television show or movie Fame, promise you that's what Booker T is like. Like
That's
you have dancers walking around in leotards. You have like
right.
there's like this one special stairwell that had the best acoustics, and
Oh,
everybody will want to go and practice in that stairwell. So it really made me fall in love with jazz. Like, and
wow.
so I wanted to play jazz violin. That didn't work too well. Like, but um, it was just really good to have an appreciation for all the arts
Hmm.
and to appreciate everyone's individual talents.
Right.
Like you're a great artist. I cannot
Oh, thank you.
draw or do. I don't know how my son got that gift, but and so it just makes me appreciate everyone's gift, and I know how much time and effort it takes to put into your art, and how much money and lessons and supplies and stuff. So it really just made me more appreciative of the arts as a whole.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, I can see that. I can definitely see that. So, um, something else about you. You love to travel. Um, did this start as a young a young thing? Did this
A
start?
pretty young thing.
Yeah,
Um,
a PYT.
BYT.
Did it start way back, or is this something like when you get older, I don't know. As soon as I was old enough, well, I really wasn't even old enough. I jumped on that Greyhound bus and started going. And
Hmm.
I don't know, it was part of now I'm free type thing. Is it
Right.
something that like your family has always done, or is it more like you know, you
Some
you're
new.
now out exploring the world.
It started when I was little because every year, every summer, we had a summer vacation, like every summer. So that was kind of like routine for me. Like in the summer,
Right.
we go somewhere.
Right.
And I've always just wanted to just travel. And I had a seventh or eighth grade teacher. We had to learn The Road Not Taken by Robert Frost. And
Mm.
when I recited it, I did it with a British accent. And she,
How do you-
I'm so extra, y'all, if y'all can tell. but and she told me, she was like, your personality is too big for just America. And that's something that just kind of stuck with me.
Right.
And it was like,
You
I
put
was
that
like,
into
man,
yourself, like that's right. You
right?
know.
I'm like, yeah, I'm supposed to be in Europe. That's what I was thinking. That's what I translated. And that was the child.
Oh,
Sorry, y'all saw that.
we didn't see anything.
Y'all saw mama face. Y'all know y'all saw that mama face come.
Sorry.
Sorry. But so it's always been in there. Our septet, seven of us in the orchestra in middle school, we had an opportunity to go to Germany for a music festival, and bags were packed, had my passport, and it was like Delta or something. They went on strike that year,
Hmm.
and we didn't get to go to Germany. And I think that was the biggest upset ever. And I
Oh,
was like, if I haven't gone to Europe by the time I'm 40, I'm going to Europe when I'm 40. So it's been something that's always been in me, like, I'm going, I'm going, I'm going. But it kind of stopped after my divorce. And when I got a divorce, and trying to build a business and dealing with transitions and stuff. And it was like the trip stopped a lot, you know? And one year I called my friend, she travels a lot. I was like, this isn't fair. Like, I'm used to having a summer vacation every year. My son hasn't been anywhere in like years. So help me find a cheap place to go in Texas. And she was like, oh, we're going to Florida next week. Me and my family, you can come. I'm like, I cannot afford Disney. I can't afford that. She's like, yes, you can. And she just started showing me how to work the system, not in a underhanded,
no, but find the best.
yeah, finding deals and stuff. And we went to Florida that year for 6 days with airplane tickets, Disney tickets, Universal tickets. Rental car was all under $2,000 for
Wow.
me and my son. And after that, I was like, oh baby, it is on now. I can afford to travel.
Right, right,
And so ever since then, I've been like, you know me, I get obsessed with it. It's just like I have
right.
notepads
One
of
of your
just like,
things.
huh?
One of your things. It's one of
It
your.
is like it's an obsession. It's I'm obsessed. So
Hey,
I'm like
there are
really
way
struggling right
easier
now.
things to be obsessed about. Traveling, going places, I think, is a healthy, natural, and very beneficial obsession.
Thank you. Thank
I think it's a good thing.
you.
So, all of this, we know all of this now. Um, those are things you do normally when there's not a crazy pandemic going on. What have you been
Yes.
doing now that you are, uh, you're a Leo, right?
First day of Leo's, July 23rd.
And a social butterfly. So how has this been happening for you? Like what's been going on in your world?
Woo. I had to like go to my doctor for some like anxiety medicine. It was bad in the beginning. Like it was just like a fear of going in public, in the beginning because of all the news. It's like if you just the wind touch your face, you were gonna get it. That's kind of like the news they seemed like they were
Oh
giving
yeah.
out. And so I have asthma. My son has asthma. My mom has, some medical problems. So, we're like, we don't want to try to,
Right.
and I went to the doctor and he was like, well, we need to find a better way to medication to manage your anxiety. I said I had it. It was traveling. And he
Oh.
was like, oh. I was like, yeah, I can't
The one
travel
thing
now.
I can't do.
Right. And so the Zoom classes really has helped. Like
Yeah.
me doing my Zoom classes, fitness classes. I'm in so many like Facebook groups to like redecorate your house. Decorate your
See,
space, clean up your space, you know. And
yeah.
so I've just been writing more, just trying to scale back some. And actually, now I can say quarantine has been really good. I'm still
Wow.
adjusting,
Right, right, right.
but because I'm, busy with church stuff and then busy with my son's stuff and then me doing all this other stuff, like I've been like bouncing, 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 bouncing. And somebody said yes. But people's like, oh my God, I miss church. I mean, I love you, church family, but I was like,
Well, yeah, you were in a lot of things there,
I
right?
was in a lot and I didn't realize how exhausted I was. You know, um, Mosiah was in that play in March, but rehearsals started January through March.
Right.
It was 3 days a week. And I was helping with the music part, helping him with his lines. I was learning music for that, project I sang on, plus learning music for my church. Then, you know, starting with the violin lesson. It was just like so much to when the
Right.
pandemic came and shut down. I was like, I need this. And
Right.
I've been way more productive now. Changing your space changes your mood. Yes, it does. I unpacked my suitcases. I feel so satisfied. I have ready to go suitcases, y'all. Like I have suitcases that stay packed. I do. I
You got a bug
unpack
in
them.
the bag.
So if I have to get up and go, I can just get up and go, not have to worry about packing anything.
Mhm.
But it's been a blessing. It really has been a blessing to like focus in on faith and fitness. Like when you've done something, kind of going back, to fitness, when you've done something for so long, like for 20 years, like I said, I've retired for like 4 or 5 times I've retired.
Mhm.
Um, you kind of lose your passion for it.
Yeah.
And you have to, yeah, you have to rekindle that. What was your go-to anyway,
Yeah.
And being in this pandemic and seeing people like just stressed out
Yeah.
and can't go to the gym and can't do this, it made me kind of fall back in love with my core values of my business as far as like helping people because it's just not about fitness, but I believe in like if you don't have your mind right
Mental
and your
connection.
spirit right, and spiritual fitness isn't Christianity,
Right.
isn't a religion, it's
It's
just inner
religion.
peace.
Yeah.
So having inner peace, having mental peace, having physical fitness, it's all connected. And if one thing is off, everything is off.
Right.
And that is really my the core of my business, Faith and Fitness, is to help bring, I don't like saying balance anymore, but harmony. Because
Right.
when you
Yeah.
try to balance, something is always
Some
like
things
this.
don't, yeah, some things don't balance. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
I
But
think
when
that's
you
a
have harmony, it's like you have a soprano, an alto, and tenor, different notes, different parts. But when it's together, it's beautiful. And
right.
so I'm working on making harmony in my life and not trying to balance. Because
That's
that
a
make
really
that,
good outlook.
yeah, it's put to me, it takes pressure off
Yeah.
of trying to make sure everything is, it's like, okay, how can I
Working
make
on.
this work with this? How can I
Right.
make this fit in with this? And so during the, quarantine, that's what I've really been working on is the harmony of different areas in my life. So
That's
it's been good. Like it's still kind of, when can I travel?
cool.
When can I get out in the world? But it's still good to where I can focus back on the things that's important and that I need to focus on.
Yeah. And to have just a moment to look inward, you know what I mean? To
Mm-hmm.
to kind of step back away from the rat race that is life.
Hmm.
I mean, I
Hmm.
think as much as a bummer as it is, it is, I agree. It's kind of been, there have been moments of being okay,
Hmm.
this is a good
Hmm.
thing. Not
Right.
the pandemic, obviously,
Right.
no, but
Yeah.
having a moment.
And you have to either adjust to it or let it take you out. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
And it's like I could get into a really bad headspace,
Hmm.
like anybody can.
Right,
And so it's work. Like before I get up in the morning, before I my feet hit the floor, if I'm in a bad headspace, I will not get out of bed until I think myself happy.
right.
So I do my affirmations. Hey, Paigey Poo Poo, that's my niece. Uh, uh, but I have to make sure before my feet hit the floor that I am in a positive headspace. And that's just to start my day. And one time I stayed in the bed for like an hour. It was like a fight. And I'm
Yeah,
like, come on, come on. You're not going to start your day like this. And I'm just doing affirmations, I'm meditating, and it worked. So sometimes you really do, it's a fight. Some days are easier than others,
right.
but you don't realize how much strength you have until you like push through those moments.
Have to practice pushing through those moments.
It's like push-ups. It's like working out.
Oh,
It's like art.
oh
You
my
have to
gosh.
practice. You have to
Oh,
practice if you're gonna get good at it.
yeah. Yeah, that's true though.
Hmm.
Well, at the end of every interview, I am going to ask for a story that you want to share. It doesn't have to be an outlandish story, just something from your life that you want to share with everyone. And then I'm going to play a little game.
Okay. Uh-oh.
It'll be fun. But yeah, I
Okay.
just any do a storytelling.
Any story. I'll give an embarrassing story in high school.
That sounds awesome.
So here in Texas, I don't know where everyone is, but here in Texas, we have to take the TOS test to graduate. Hey sis, hey Iris. We have to take the TOS test to graduate high school. And I've always been great in like literature and science and all the other stuff, but math,
No, I feel like
Lord have mercy. I'm just so happy my son is doesn't struggle academically
yeah.
like I did. But so it was the last semester of my senior year, the very last time I could take the TOS test. And they're like, if you don't pass it, you're not gonna graduate. And that's unfair. And
Yeah.
side note, why I homeschool and took my son out
Right.
the
Yeah.
system. Different story. Yay for public
For
school people.
another interview.
For another interview, but I am a proud homeschool mama for years. But my counselor came to find me because they got all the scores, results back. Because I was just like, I couldn't enjoy my senior year, the last semester of my senior year, because I'm like, I probably can't graduate just because it's one
Right.
stupid,
Stress.
you
Yeah.
know. So she came to find me to tell me that I passed.
Mm.
I jumped up and down so much my pants fell down. So I'm in the hallway like my panties all out. And
Oh,
I had my violin in my hand too, so I couldn't drop my baby. Like my violin's my baby. I'm like, holy crap.
whoa. Well, you know what? At least it was out of joy. It
Yeah.
wasn't like, oh my goodness.
Yeah, I'm like stripping or nothing.
It wasn't out of any other reason.
No,
Oh, that's
pure
awesome.
joy. It was funny. Thank you, Nicole. That's my
I
everybody know my
know.
pants fell down. I'm happy the hallway wasn't full and I'm some of my old classmates.
Oh,
I'm happy
really?
you weren't in the hallway when it happened. I think it was only a couple of people that was there.
Oh my gosh. That's awesome. Thank you for sharing that story.
Yes, I'm like, only you, Beaux. I know. I know.
Yeah, I was trying to think of a something similar, but I don't know. I don't know if any of mine Mine are, I don't know, PG.
Tell me off camera.
Yeah. I'm gonna call you. No.
Call me, girl.
All right. So the game that I want to play before we go,
Mhm.
um, is Never Have I Ever. Have you ever played it?
No.
Okay. So we're
I've seen it.
okay. Yeah. So normally people drink with it. Well, I don't drink like, you know. Yeah, I mean, we could do water, but I thought I'd punish myself in the name of your fitness, your fitness thing. So I have this very, it's a 10-pound weight. So it's not that much punishment, but and I found a little randomized website, and I chose some of the different never have I ever options. And so
Hmm.
for everyone that I'm also going to choose some different randomized ones right now, but for everyone that, since I'm putting you through this, that I have done, I will do a bicep curl. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Um, and you can just you don't have to do that. I won't put you through that. Um, but
Hey.
yeah, you just tell us if you did or not.
Dude, I would have brought my weights inside. I use my candle.
That sounds good. We'll do it together.
We'll do them together.
All right. So the first one is never have I ever fainted.
I've painted.
You have? Oh,
Hmm.
I haven't. This might be the only thing that I haven't done. No.
Paint? Like paint?
Faint. Faint. With
Oh,
an
paint. I thought you said paint. I'm like, you do paint.
X. Never have I
I have
ever.
not fainted. No, I have not fainted. No.
No, I haven't either. I mean, not to my knowledge. I mean, I mean, if somebody out there is watching and knows that I have fainted or knows
Let
that
her
Beau
know.
has fainted, let us know. Um,
Never painted.
what about hitchhiked?
No.
Okay, so is this just like, do I just do like one because I have hitchhiked, or do I do like one for every time I've hitchhiked?
Oh, girl, how many times have you hitchhiked?
All right, I did one.
You have to do one on each side because you'll have uneven
What?
biceps.
Whoa.
You'll be like Popeye, have one big arm.
Already am, honestly, just from, the big heavy purse on one arm. Also, taking in groceries on one. Do you try to bring in all the groceries at once? I have to know.
Yes, and
Yeah.
I have a 13-year-old strapping strong son that I make do most of them.
Yes, yes. Well, Ember's getting there, so we'll get there eventually. All right. Been arrested again this
No.
week. Do I just do one? No, I'm kidding. Yeah,
You've been around. I'm like,
I have been arrested. I have never been charged. It was when I was
how many on the feed? Wait a minute. How many is watching this been arrested? Give me some thumbs up.
yeah. Have you ever been arrested? Not necessarily charged, just arrested.
I
Maybe.
know some of y'all have, so I need to see some. I know personally. Don't make me call you out. You need to go put your thumbs up. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that.
Minor stuff like graffiti. I don't know what else.
Graffiti. Oh.
Jaywalking. Oh, we got a thumbs up.
That's what I'm talking about.
It happens. Hey, it happens sometimes. All right, so
Yeah.
the next one is never have I ever been electrocuted.
No.
Okay, so I have. Okay,
Oh, it's electrocuted. Okay.
it was a hair dryer blew up in my hand and left like an L shape right here.
Oh.
It was amazing. Best feeling ever. I'm just kidding. I didn't feel anything, but it did blow up. So I don't know. Does
Oh.
that mean I didn't get electrocuted? Did I do one for? She has been electrocuted.
You've been electrocuted too. You've been arrested and electrocuted. Girl. You're a Lifetime movie.
You give me a run for my money. Okay, gotten stitches.
Yes.
Where your candle? Do your candle. Okay. Broken a bone.
Yes. It was cool how I broke my bone though in my hand. It was the day that my
Oh,
divorce was final, and I was punching on the punching bag, and I was doing it without gloves on, and I was like, "Bam!" I hit it hard and
oh.
fractured
So
this part.
you got a karma break. Is that what happened?
Man, I'm like, dang! Like, had I known you broke in a bone, we have Kim. You done been arrested. You done been electrocuted, and you done broke. We're gonna call you Bubble Girl. We're gonna put you in a bubble. Okay.
Next one is bet on something or gambled.
Yes.
Look, we ain't gonna talk about that, I see. All right, we gifted something.
What'd you say?
We gifted something. I don't, maybe, probably.
My okay, it's not my story, it's my aunt. So my mom bought my aunt like this purse or something like that. And so it was like it was for Christmas. My mom bought my aunt the purse for her birthday, which is in September. So for Christmas, my mom opens her Christmas present and is like, this looks familiar. This looks like what I bought you. My aunt was like, it is. I thought since you liked it so much to buy. She gave it back. My mom was like, oh, it was so funny. That was like the best Christmas ever.
Oh, that's
Yes.
messed up.
My aunt is hilarious.
That's funny. All right, last one because we are 5 minutes out from our
Okay.
hour. Got a tattoo. You have a tattoo.
I have a tattoo.
You do?
Yes. It's on my leg. It's a Black Panther.
I don't think I've seen it.
I'll show it to you off camera because my legs aren't shaved.
Wow.
I wear workout pants like 24/7.
Look, I don't think anyone has to shave right now. It's
Y'all,
not.
I'm so happy. So happy I got to put on makeup. Like,
Oh, I know. It's been so
it,
fun. Look, my
oh
dog,
man.
I got like dressed up, not dressed up, but fixed. I put on makeup and hair and stuff, and my dog was looking at me like, "Where do you think you're going? Like, what is happening right now?" I was like, "Wow."
What was the last question we just did? Regifted Kim. Oh my goodness. She gets the award. She's done
Look,
everything.
she's nailed all of them. Okay, before it cuts us off, how can people at home join your fitness challenges or your class, or how can they find you?
You can find me on Facebook, Faith and Fitness. I spell it with a 7. It's up top. Faith and Fitness. You can inbox me, DM me. I don't know the correct term, but you can message me, and then I will get in contact with you. I give you the schedule, and we set it up. I do pre-screen and ask questions. It's important if you have any injuries, any health problems, or anything like that. So that's good for me going into the session to know to kind of keep an eye out on people if they have certain injuries or whatever. So,
Yeah,
but Faith and Fitness on Instagram and on Facebook.
awesome. That's
Please
awesome.
come and join us and tell me you joined from Stories Around the Fire.
Ooh, thanks for the plug. Oh, thank you so much for coming on tonight, and it was great to hear from you and hear your stories.
Thank
And
you.
anybody who is interested in joining Beaux, I'm gonna in the comments or whenever I post this in the caption, I'm gonna link her Instagram page so you can send her a
Yes,
message through there.
thank
Um,
you.
if you have any questions, and I think it works like we can see the comments later.
Okay.
Then we'll revisit it, and I'll make sure that if she doesn't see the questions, I'll make sure to let her know that anybody.
Hey, Tan.
Now
Oh, thank you,
I'm reading and
Sandy.
I got zoned out.
Hey, but
Thank you
before
so
we
much.
leave, I have to say this: peace, love, and light to everyone. I wish everyone health and wealth, and just be positive. Let your light shine. My little saying for the week is smile because someone needs it.
Oh,
So smile. Someone
you're
needs your
so
smile. Someone
positive.
needs you. Someone needs your story. And just be a light in the world. That's all I want to say.
Thank you,
Love and
Beau.
light.
Thank you. Thank y'all for watching and participating. That was great.
Thank you,
Um,
guys.
yeah, thank y'all so much. And I will see you on the next one.
Hip hop
Bye.
bluegrass. Yes.
Get out of here, girl. Bye.
Bye,
Thank y'all.
y'all. Love you guys.
Bye.
Bye.